How do you make a song? I've been asked this question many times, so I decided to start a YouTube series on how to make one. In this episode, we'll be going over the different software and the interface of that software, so let's get started. Firstly, let's go over all the different things you need to make a song. You'll need a computer. MacBooks are the best for music. A microphone if you're going to do vocals. A gaming headset could work as a microphone if you don't want to spend money on a microphone. I actually used that in my song Life Goes On. I used a headset. And last of all, of course, you need a music software, also known as a DAW. Later on, when you want to step up your music, you'll probably want a MIDI keyboard and an audio interface. But just getting started, you don't really need that. When it comes to free music software, there is heaps of options, but here's what I would suggest. GarageBand if you are using Mac, or BandLab if you are on a PC. I'll leave links to them in the description. Firstly, let's go through the interface in GarageBand. And welcome to GarageBand. Firstly, we'll see a screen like this, and what you want to do is press Empty Project. Okay, now we're officially in. What I always do first is click the microphone button. Now let's begin with going through the interface. If you click the scissors button here, you'll see it takes you to this screen. This screen, for example, if you record stuff in like, hello, this is a test. You can see the waveform here, and then you can pitch correct it or just adjust the timing. By clicking this button here, it changes it to flex mode. This is how you get it to better timings. If you want to create an instrument track again, all you need to do is press new tracks, and then you can select a drummer, a software instrument, and if you are plugging a guitar in, then you can click that. I'm going to click on software instrument. Now you see on the left hand side, all of these different instruments pop up. If they haven't popped up, then all you need to do is click the little button in the left that says library, or just press Y, and it'll bring up this. From here you can select all the different instruments, and there are so many, especially for a free software. It's super good. Now, if you want to bring up the MIDI keyboard, if you don't have a MIDI keyboard, you can bring up a virtual MIDI keyboard. All you do, you go to Window, and then you click Show Musical Typing. Now this will get brung up, and if you click this, you'll see that typing on your keyboard makes a sound. It's pretty easy. Or if you have a MIDI keyboard, all you need to do is plug it in and it starts working. If in any part of the video there's one thing that I've missed, then you can always press this help button up here. Now we're going to talk about the buttons on the top. As I've shown you, the scissors button does that. Now you can click this button to change the different effects. So then if I add like bell to it, then I'll add more bell. It's really just playing around with the buttons and see what sounds good, really. And along the top, you can see buttons like rewind, forward, stop, play, and record, and also cycle. All of these are basically self-explanatory, but what I use a lot, a quick shortcut, is whenever I'm recording, I always press R so then I can record really quickly. So then I don't have to go back up there. This thing here, you don't really want to change the beat thing here much. But two things that you might want to change is the tempo and also this thing, which I forgot the name of, but I'm pretty sure someone... Time signature, there we go. Time signature. So let's get into that now. If we adjust the tempo, right now it sounds like... And if we bring this down, you'll see that it gets slower. Which means that this is basically what keeps you in time for when you're recording music. Without this, you'd be out of time. And this also is quite helpful if you want it the time signature to be 6/8. It would sound like. Now this thing over here is the master track. You bring this up, everything gets louder. Bring this down, everything gets quieter. Be really careful when you're bringing this up. What you want is for it. It's okay if it hits red, just as long as it goes down from red, isn't just staying up on red like that, where it doesn't really go down and it's like stuck on yellow. And if we click this button here, it mutes the track, so then you can't hear it. This button here makes it so you can only hear that. Hello, this is a test. And then this, if you pan it there, it pans to the right ear. You won't really be able to hear this unless you've got headphones on. You'll see. Hello, this is a test. And if you do it like that, it goes to the left. If you put it exactly on 0, then it'll be perfectly in the center. This here is really important in this screen because it shows the track and the master track. What do you want to do here by the controls? There's EQ, and if you use EQ, here, I'll try it on this so then it's easier. You'll be able to hear me twice is the only thing. So, if you drag this up like this, you'll hear it sounds different like this. Hello, this is a test. I'll show you me just dragging around and you'll see how it differently sounds. Hello, this is a test. 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 Oh, whoops. Hold on, give me a second. One thing I used a lot when I was doing vocals and stuff in GarageBand, when on the audio track, there's stuff to the left, which is presets, and you can do stuff like this, where it automatically EQs it and makes it sound like that. See? It makes the different sounds on it. Hello, this is a test. Hello, this is a test. Hello, this is a test. Yeah, you probably get the point of that. Now, another thing that I use quite a lot is this thing up here. This button here is what loops the track. You can either press C to do a shortcut, or you can click up here. Now, when you click this, you'll see this pop up. If you drag your mouse by where this is, you can drag it along and move it however you want. So then if you drag it like that, see what I mean by the bars, it's how you line up stuff? Without the bars, it would be all over the place, but it like locks. It can still go out of the bar, but it like locks in better. Like once it gets to the bar, like it goes, I don't know, like you can tell that it hits the bar. See, now it'll loop. And then you can just press the same button again to get rid of it. Now this thing up here is all sorts of ways you can drag in samples. Like this, I've used samples before in music. It's okay to use samples. It's not really stealing. Like basically what you can do is you can just drag this in along the bars. These will automatically go into timing. It'll go. And then you drag it in timing, and then you can drag in like a drum thing, like, and then you drag that in underneath it, and then it'll make like a beat thing like that. And then you can also do like different instruments and genres and stuff if that's easier for you. Now this thing beside it, I use this a lot for writing lyrics. You just go into the notepad and you can write whatever. And I use this a lot when I'm writing lyrics because then it's easy to just pop this open, and then if it goes, hi, then I can just click this and then read off there. Alright, now let's go get into the other software. Once you're done with just one quick thing I need to let you know. If you want to export a song because you've just like tried something out, press this share button and press export to disk. That will make it so then you can get the audio file of your song, put it in a video, or just send it to your friends. There's one thing I almost missed. There's something called plugins here, and you can drag stuff in. You can drag stuff in like EQ and like distortion and delay and all sorts of stuff, and pitch shifters and stuff. You basically figure that out yourself. You just drag stuff in and see what sounds cool. It's all basically about what sort of type of music you want to go with and what the style of your music is going to be, if you get what I mean. A cool thing about BandLab is that it's online, so all you need to do is go BandLab, like that, and then you press login. Once you're in BandLab, you'll see that there will be a, why am I pointing at the screen? Your profile picture will be in the right. You click on that, then press on projects, and it'll take you to here. And all you need to do is press this create button here. All the controls are very similar to GarageBand. It's actually quite easier than GarageBand, I'm pretty sure. And then you just wait for it to load up. Once again, there's a thing like this, so then you can do the same stuff as GarageBand. Something that's really helpful in BandLab is the drum machine is different. So this would be really good for beginners who are doing rap vocals. Like, it already makes a beat thing. And then you can just drag, you can just move this if you want. Click there. So then you can make your own beat, sorta like. And just drag it like that. You get the point. Ah! Why is it stopping? I haven't really fully used this, so I might miss out some things. But people like Chosen uses this. You probably know Chosen from the guy who I did a verse on his song on. So once again, metronome, BPM, this again. It's literally the same settings. Basically, the only difference is you need to find the where it will be slightly different placing to find it. You can press a really cool thing with this is when you can just add when you add a voice track like this. This has super good it has super good what's it called? It has super good presets. To use presets, click FX. You can add effects here. So for example, so now you'll see on effects here, you can go over different ones. And there's heaps of them. Find whatever one you want. And if you want to add effects, click add effect. And you can find all sorts of different ones here. Alright, now it's basically exactly the same controls. It's like missing some. That's the loop button again. You can name it here. MIDI map, lyrics and notes. It's really about this. It's just clicking around finding the buttons, really. It's pretty easy to get used to. And you can like drop in sample, you can drop in ones that you've got. Like for example, if your friend sent you a beat, you can just drop it in there. It's pretty easy to get used to. A cool thing about this is you can collab with friends on it. So if you click that button, you can send the link to friends. Once again, pan, and this is reverb. You drag that up to get more like a, more of a, like, for example, if you're in a cave, sorta. Like something like that, as you can hear here. But yeah, that's pretty much it for BandLab. BandLab's super simple. If you decide to attempt to make a song before the second episode, then you want to go to download and download all the tracks. Download tracks, or just do mix down as, and it takes you to some sort of mixing thing. Which I'm not sure how to do, because I use GarageBand. Well, I used to use GarageBand, now I use Logic Pro. In the next episode, we'll be making our very first song, so make sure to click the notification bell so you don't miss out. If you got any questions, comment it down in the comments, and I will respond 100%. Bye!